Hello, it is me again. Well, I have an interesting game for you. In the top right corner, as the orange Terran, we have Light, one of the best Terran players who have ever lived. He'll bring the light to your life. And in the bottom left, we have Hydrarush as the white Zerg. So interesting. Two things. I don't know who Hydrarush is. He could be an amazing player. I don't fucking know. But I mean, he is playing against Light, so I'm gonna assume he's pretty good. And another thing that's interesting to know, his name is Hydrarush. I don't know if he's actually going to rush Hydras. That's something you usually do against Protoss. Hydras can work, but you usually see them against Mech Terran. You don't usually see it against Bio SKT Terran, which is the Marine Siege Tank Science Vessel, because Marines will shred Hydras in a straight line. It's not even a contest. It's just with the Hermetic healing, they just do too much damage and then they just get mowed down. And this is really interesting. There's a barracks being built in the middle of the map by Light. Well, not really in the middle, but like near his exit. The reason why this is interesting is because if his opponent was going a 9 pool, which his opponent is, how convenient, he could be in a lot of danger right now. Usually against Terran, you see the Zerg expanding more. Actually, that's a really early barracks. That's like an 8 racks. So we got two interesting openings from these players. Usually you don't see an early pool against Terran because, well, how do I say this? Usually, if they build their barracks in the main, they could just use the SCVs to tank. So you don't see it as often, and like expanding against Terran is usually more freer. So you just don't see it that much. But he's double scouting, so he definitely wants to put some early pressure on his opponent, but he probably won't be able to do anything knowing his opponent's going for a, when he realized his opponent went for fast pool, and he's gonna go speed as well. And he's expanding to the wrong locations. He might take a lot of damage if he doesn't find this out soon. He also has an SCV just sitting there. Look at that. So already we got 8 links on the way, 1 still morphing, 6 are out. He's going to see this in a second. He's going to have to pull back immediately and start. He needs to build a bunker at home. The barracks can lift, so. Oh, he cancels it immediately, realizes the opponent's not expanding, and immediately heads home. I don't know if Hydrarush saw this, but yes, this is the correct choice, because right now he should just build a bunker either here or here and just go into a more macro style, because right now his opponent hasn't expanded, his economy's weaker because he made Zerglings, and speed is on the way. He's going to be expanding behind this, but right now Terran's in a good spot if he can hold this. He did go in early racks, so he does have 3 Marines out. He just needs SCVs to tank for him. So he's going to have the SCVs go in front of these Marines and have the SCVs block up the ramp. The SCVs have 60 health, so this is not going to do anything. Oh, it might hurt this. Oh, an SCV actually goes down. For the cost of 2 links, which is, I'd say, pretty okay. Pretty good. He is making more Zerglings. He might be going enough Zerglings so his opponent cannot expand to the low ground without getting a more mass numbers. But if you look at the economy advantage, look how many more workers he's ahead, because he's using Larva for Zerglings. He only has 8 workers right now, and he's still morphing Zerglings. He's still going to be going all in. Oh, another SCV goes down, and the Zerglings are going to get on top of the Marines, but all of them are going down, and just like that, he lost his whole batch of Zerglings. So I'd say our Terran player's in a really good spot right now. Sorry, I'm just leaning back in my chair. My voice suddenly gets higher, but he's still having the wall up just in case if his opponent's going all in, but he checks that base and he sees the Zergling. Now, the Zerg has to build more Zerglings. You may wonder, it's like, well, why would you build more Zerglings after a failed all in? It's because right now the Terran could just walk across the map if he's droning up and just punish him. Potentially even kill him. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts making drones right now. He has enough Zerglings. If the Terran tries to go across the map, then he might be able to hold it. So let me see how many he has. Maybe he needs another sunken, but yeah, right now he's droning up. Second command center is on the way. Where is it? Wait, where is it? It says I thought I saw another command center. I guess that was a lot of people. What the fuck? Okay. Academy's here, building some medics. He has enough gas to start researching stim when he has 100 minerals. Look at that, stim's on the way. So right now, our Zerg player is droning, but due to his Zergling push, his Mutos are going to be very delayed, and he might actually just die to this stim push. This is a lot of Marines. Like, let's see how many he's got. Enough for a control group. 12 Marines with stim will do a ton of damage, and he's going to push out on the map. He needs to be careful to not let these things into his base when he leaves. He could leave 2 fire bats at home, and I really like this play right here. He's going fire bats. You don't usually see fire bats that much because they're very specific of what they're good against. But the reason why I like this, he's going to try to sneak into the main. It's because he knows his opponent, the only thing he can make is Zerglings right now. Fire bats will annihilate them. I also like this for the Zerg player. He is delaying the opponent from moving across the map by just running in the space. But now that he's cornered himself, it should be easily cleaned up. Gets a Marine. And yep, now he's going to be able to go across the map. He needs to make a lot more Sunkens than this, and he needs some more Zerglings. He might just die to this push straight up if our Tyrant player decides to go across the map. Getting 2 more fire bats, get another medic. The fire bats are just an amazing call. Like right now, he can only build Zerglings. He's not even on layer tech yet, and this Spire is such a slow building to build up. So we'll see if he's able to hold this. He needs to start morphing these into Sunkens. The Terran's army is on its way. I'm surprised he doesn't start morphing them. Oh, he's building more. He needs Sunkens now. Oh, I think he might just straight up die right here. We might see GG in just a. We're gonna have a 7-minute ZVT game, but. I believe he scanned right here, so he sees that these are on the way. Oh wow, these morph a lot faster than I thought. I still think he can probably break it. Can he? Well, at the very least, his opponent cannot expand now. We'll probably see a Spire throwdown soon, I believe. Maybe? I don't know. These things do 20 damage to Marines. It would be crazy if they actually did 40 damage just to kill the guys. But Spire being thrown down. Usually you see Spires around 6 minutes. So, or Mutas at 6 minutes. So yeah, this is really slow. They're now equal on workers again, but definitely an advantage for Terran right now. He has a contain. Zerg usually also want his third base soon. Being even bases with a Terran is, I'd say, a very bad situation. They can pull it off, but a 2-base Terran versus a 2-base Zerg, in the long run, the Terran will win. He lifts up his factory. I'm not sure why. +1 is on the way. He's running his units around the map to make sure there's no sneaky expansion, so he knows exactly what he's playing against. Because if it's just this, our Zerg will just be starved out and die. You don't want to move like individual sets of bile like Marines out because oh, got a free Marine. It's because let's say he moves out like 5 Marines, right? And there's a bunch of Mutas on the map. They'll just get sniped as they're trying to cross, and that will be pretty bad. If he brings this batch of Marines right here with this batch, I think the Zerg dies. Because right now there's still no Mutalisk on the way. The Queen's Nest is down. We don't see any type of units besides any units at all. No Mutas, no nothing. 7 Mutas on the way. There's still an opening time, but he does not know this, I believe. So we'll see what happens. More Marines being pumped out. This is a scary mess of Marines. He now knows he's checking to see if his opponent has a secret base somewhere. He knows he doesn't. He knows exactly what he's up against. He should expect Mutas soon. High tech already on the way. +1 about to finish, or not about to finish, but close. Marine range is also getting close too. I was probably wrong about this and not being able to bust it. Marines do so much damage, and in the wise words of Tasteless from a cast, Marines are winning until they don't. The reason being is they do a crap ton of damage. They attack so fast, it's just immense. The problem is they die really fast. The only reason why the medics live longer is because 20 more HP and they have 1 armor, but even the Marines don't even have armor. Look at that. They're so squishy. He's going to find the first block of Mutas. He's going to stim up, see if he can hurt any of them. 1's bruised. Let's see this Muta. Oh, he's still got 60 HP. Oh, he's going to see if he can deny the 3rd. He runs up the ramp, but this is an awkward fight. His medics are not going to be able to heal. When the Zerg starts taking this third, it's really awkward. Just trying to get up this ramp. I still like the position our turns in. He's got missile turrets going down to protect his mineral line. They're not on his mineral line, except in his natural. But over here, they're like more in the surrounding bases, so this is more awkward. Oh, big engage going down. Having Zerglings surround the Marines and Mutilis providing backup, but he's losing so many Mutilis. This is not good for a Zerg player. He underestimating the power of the Terran army. The Marine had +1 damage and range, so he couldn't do that much. He lost 6 Mutilis there. He's going to easily be able to deny this third now without that army. I'm surprised that Zerg took that fight. Probably he just made a little mistake. That happens to the best of us. I think it would have been better if he just tried to defend here, because the Zerglings wouldn't be able to get us around, but the Mutalists would be able to fire back and kill one by one. And let's see, we've got another flock of Mutalists around killing this poor fire bat that can't shoot up. Our first science vessel is on the field. I believe he already researched Plego. Zergling Adrenoglands is on the way, building more Zerglings. A Greater Spire's on the way? What the hell? You don't see that every day. Oh, the first Irradiate. Oh, no, that's not Plego, Irradiate. He has the, oh, so many damage. Oh, and the game's already over. Caught out the army. Even if he pulled back, he took so much damage from that Radiate, and he's denying the third base, so it was a 2-base Zerg versus a 2-base Terran, and Terran's winning that all the time. Once, I like that response. He realizes his opponent's going for an early pull, just pulls everything back, and defends this ramp. Because they are even at that, I wouldn't even say even, the Terran is ahead at that point. If he kept committing to that push, Zerg would have been massively ahead with the opening he went. But good game from both players. Good responses from Light to recognizing what his opponent's doing and properly counter it. And hopefully we'll get more games. Peace.